Hey, warrior, have you ever felt it? That pull, that instinct to jump in and defend yourself, to clarify, to justify, to make sure everyone in the room understands you, your intentions, your heart. An errant comment is made about you, a colleague misinterprets your work, a family member questions your choices, and in that instant, a fire ignites in your chest. The words rush to your lips, a torrent of explanations, a meticulously crafted defense designed to set the record straight, to manage their perception of you. You feel you must speak, that your silence will be seen as admission of guilt or weakness. You must control the narrative. But what if I told you that in that very impulse, in that desperate need to explain, you are giving away your power? What if the strongest, most profound statement you could ever make is nothing at all? What if true strength isn't found in the thunder of your defense, but in the quiet, unshakable calm of your own conviction? What if your life, lived with purpose and integrity, could become an argument so powerful that no words are needed to support it? Today, we journey into the heart of this silence. We explore a forgotten power, an ancient wisdom that teaches us to stop explaining, stop justifying, and start living our truth so fully that it needs no defense. This isn't about being passive. It's about being so profoundly active in what matters that the noise of opinion simply fades away. This is the path of the Stoic warrior, the path of inner freedom, and it begins the moment you decide that your energy is too precious to be wasted on the tribunal of external opinion. There are two fundamental ways to move through this world, two paths that diverge from the very first moment you face judgment or misunderstanding. The first path is the well-trodden one. It's the path of the explainer, the defender. A person on this path lives in a constant state of reaction. Their emotional state is a puppet, and the strings are held by the opinions, moods, and judgments of others. When someone praises them, they soar. When someone criticizes them, they plummet. Their life becomes a frantic performance, a desperate dance to win the approval of an ever-shifting audience. They believe their worth is something to be debated, a court case where they are both the defendant and the lead attorney, endlessly presenting evidence. Think of the colleague who spends an hour crafting the perfect email to explain why their project was a day late, detailing every minor setback, every unexpected hurdle. They aren't just informing, they are pleading for understanding, for a verdict of not guilty. They are pouring precious mental energy not into the next project, but into litigating the last one. Think of the artist who reads every negative comment online and feels compelled to reply, to argue with anonymous strangers about the meaning of their work, letting the bitterness of one person poison the passion that created the art in the first place. They are trying to force someone else to see the world through their eyes, a futile and exhausting task. This person is trapped in a prison of their own making. The bars aren't made of steel, but of what will they think. The warden isn't a person, but the fear of being misunderstood. They exhaust themselves running on a treadmill of justification, going nowhere, all while the world of action, of creation, of genuine progress passes them by. They believe that if they can just get everyone to agree with them, to see their good intentions, then they will finally have peace. But this is a fantasy. The tribunal of opinion is never adjourned. There will always be another juror to convince, another doubt to quell. The peace they seek can never be granted by another. It can only be forged within. Then there is the second path. It is quieter, less traveled. It is the path of the builder, the practitioner, the Stoic. A person on this path understands a fundamental truth. You cannot control what others think, but you can, with absolute authority, control your own actions, your own focus, and your own character. Their energy is a sacred resource, not to be squandered on the trivialities of external chatter. When faced with criticism, they don't immediately prepare a defense. They pause. They turn inward. Their first question is not, how can I make them understand? It is, Is there any truth here? If there is, they absorb it quietly, not as an insult, but as data, a gift, a chance to improve. They are grateful for the insight, even if it was delivered harshly. They say thank you, not with their words, but with their next action, by integrating the lesson and becoming better. If, however, the criticism is baseless, born of jealousy, ignorance, or malice, they see it for what it is: noise, a storm passing in the distance. It is not their storm to quiet. They have a citadel to build within themselves, and they will not abandon their post to go chase the wind. Imagine a master craftsman in his workshop. He is building a magnificent chair. Someone walks in and says, "That's not how you should do it. The legs are wrong. The wood is a poor choice." The explainer would put down his tools, spend the next hour debating woodworking theory, showing his blueprints, justifying his choice of oak over pine. The Stoic craftsman, however, simply listens. He considers the words for a moment. He looks at his work, at his own internal blueprint, forged from years of experience and dedication. He trusts his process. He nods, perhaps, and then he picks up his chisel and continues his work. He lets the finished chair be his response. Its strength, its beauty, its function will be the only argument he needs to make. It will stand as a testament to his skill long after the critic's words have vanished into thin air. This is not arrogance. This is focus. This is the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you are on the right path, your path. The ancient Stoics understood this better than anyone. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in the world, spent his evenings not plotting how to manage his public image, but writing to himself, reminding himself to focus only on his own actions, his own duties, his own mind. He wrote, "The tranquility that comes when you stop caring what they say, or think, or do. Only what you do." He knew that his empire would not be judged by the gossip in the Roman Forum, but by the justice he delivered, the peace he maintained, and the character he embodied. His actions were his legacy. Think of Seneca, a brilliant statesman and writer who faced exile and political slander. He could have spent his years in exile writing desperate letters, pleading his case, trying to claw his way back into favor. Instead, he used that time of supposed powerlessness to write some of the most powerful essays on wisdom, resilience, and inner peace that humanity has ever known. He turned his focus inward. He couldn't control the emperor's decree, but he could control his mind. He couldn't control his location, but he could control his response to it. He chose not to explain his innocence to a deaf court, but to demonstrate his wisdom to all of history. His actions in that silence were infinitely louder than any spoken defense. This choice, this pivot from explaining to being, is available to you in every moment of every day. It's a practical, daily discipline. Let's bring this down from the Roman Forum and into your life. Right now, you're in a meeting. You present an idea. A senior colleague immediately dismisses it, perhaps even mocks it slightly. The old you, the explainer, feels that hot flush of adrenaline. Your mind races to defend your logic, to point out the flaws in their counterargument, to prove you were right. You are ready for battle. But the new you, the Stoic practitioner, does something different. You pause, you take a breath, you let the comment hang in the air, and you observe it as you would a cloud in the sky. You ask yourself, does this comment change the validity of my idea? Does their opinion alter the facts? Does my worth as a person depend on their approval in this single moment? The answer to all of these is a firm, quiet no. So, instead of launching a defense, you might say something calm and simple. I appreciate your perspective. I've considered that, and I still believe this approach has merit for these reasons. And then you move on. Or perhaps you say nothing at all. You let your idea rest. You trust that if it has value, that value will become apparent over time through results. You conserve your energy. You refuse to engage in a pointless ego battle, You are playing a different game. They are playing checkers, trying to take your pieces off the board. You are playing chess, thinking about the entire war, not just one skirmish. You are focused on the objective, not winning the argument, but achieving the best outcome. And sometimes, the best outcome is achieved through strategic silence. This isn't just about work. It's about family. It's about friends. Your parents question your decision to change careers. It's too risky, they say. Why would you leave a stable job? The old you launches into a 45-minute PowerPoint presentation of your life plan, complete with financial projections and a detailed explanation of your emotional fulfillment. You are begging for their blessing, for them to sign off on your life. The Stoic you listens with love and respect. You understand their fear comes from a place of care. You say, "I know you're concerned because you love me. I've thought about this for a long time, and this is the path I need to take. I need you to trust me, and that's it." You don't need to justify your soul's calling. You don't need their permission to live your life. Your explanation will be your success, your happiness, your fulfillment in the new career. You will show them, not tell them. Your life will become the evidence. The core of this practice lies in a profound shift of your locus of control. The explainer places their locus of control externally. Their peace, their confidence, their sense of self-worth are all dependent on things they cannot command: the opinions, perceptions, and reactions of others. It's a recipe for perpetual anxiety. The Stoic practitioner places their locus of control internally. Peace, confidence, and self-worth are products of their own mind, their own principles, their own actions. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who was born a slave and later became a revered teacher, put this at the center of his philosophy. He taught that the world is divided into two categories: things we can control and things we cannot. Our own thoughts, judgments, and actions are within our control. Everything else, our reputation, what others say, the health of our bodies, the wealth we possess, is ultimately not. The secret to a good life, he said, is to pour every ounce of our energy into mastering the first category and to practice a calm acceptance of the second. Every time you feel that urge to justify yourself, you are forgetting this division. You are trying to control something that is fundamentally uncontrollable, another person's mind. It's like trying to command the tides. You can scream at the ocean, you can explain to it why it should recede, but the ocean will do what it does. The wise person doesn't waste their breath on the waves. They learn to build a better boat. They learn to navigate. Let your actions be your boat. Let your character be your compass. Let your purpose be your North Star. Think of it as conserving your life force. Every word you spend explaining, every moment you spend worrying about someone's opinion, is a drop of fuel leaking from your tank. That is fuel you could be using to study, to train, to create, to build, to love, to serve. High achievers, in any field, intuitively understand this. Watch a top athlete after a tough loss. The reporter shoves a microphone in their face, trying to bait them. "What went wrong out there?" "Your opponent said you looked slow." The reactive athlete might make excuses: the referee, the weather, an injury. They are explaining. But the Stoic-minded athlete says, "They were the better player today. I have things I need to work on. I'll be back in the gym tomorrow." No defense, no explanation, just a calm assessment and a commitment to action. Their real response won't be in the press conference. It will be in their performance in the next game. That is where they speak their truth. Consider a successful entrepreneur whose company is being criticized in the media. They could go on a press tour, write angry blog posts, and get into fights on social media, trying to control the narrative. Or they could do what the wisest leaders do. They put their head down and get back to work. They focus on their customers. They improve their product. They build a better company culture. They let their company's success, its innovation, and the loyalty of its employees become the rebuttal. The noise of criticism eventually dies down, but a great company, a great product, endures. The action outlives the opinion. This is a mindset you can cultivate. It starts with awareness. The next time you feel that defensive fire rising in your chest, just notice it. Don't act on it. Just observe it. See it for what it is. Your ego flaring up, afraid of being diminished. Smile at it, and then, gently, choose the other path. Choose silence. Choose action. Use that spark of energy not to craft a witty retort, but to ask yourself a better question. Instead of, "What can I say to prove them wrong?" ask, "What can I do to prove myself right?" The answer to the first question is a web of words. The answer to the second is a plan of action. If someone says you're undisciplined, don't argue. Wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow and get to work. Let your discipline be the argument. If someone says your idea is foolish, don't debate. Build a prototype, test it, gather data. Let the results be the argument. If someone says you're not a kind person, don't list all the good deeds you've done. Go out and perform an act of anonymous kindness. Let your character be the argument. This is the ultimate alchemy. You are taking the negative energy of criticism and transforming it into the positive fuel of action. You are not suppressing your feelings of anger or hurt. You are redirecting them. You are harnessing their power. Anger, when wasted on an argument, is destructive. But that same energy, channeled into a 2-hour workout or a focused session of deep work, becomes constructive. It builds you up instead of tearing you down. There is a profound peace that comes with this. When you stop trying to manage everyone's perception of you, a huge burden is lifted from your shoulders. You realize that you don't have to be the public relations manager for brand me. You can just be you. You can live. You can focus on your work, on your family, on your own inner world. The world is noisy. Your phone buzzes with notifications, opinions, judgments. Everyone has a megaphone, but you have a choice. You can turn up the volume and join the shouting match, or you can find the quiet sanctuary within yourself. This sanctuary is not built of bricks and mortar. It is built of self-trust. It is the unwavering knowledge that your worth is not determined by popular vote. It is determined by your character, your integrity, and the effort you put forth each day. This doesn't mean you become a hermit or that you never explain anything. There is a place for clear communication. If your boss asks for a status update, you give it. If your partner needs to understand your feelings, you express them. This is not about refusing to communicate. It is about refusing to justify your existence. It's the difference between stating facts and pleading for approval. The first comes from a place of strength, the second from a place of fear. So, how do we begin? How do we walk this path today? First, embrace the power of the pause. When you feel triggered, practice the art of doing nothing. Take one deep breath before you respond. In that space, that sacred second, you reclaim your power of choice. You can choose reaction, or you can choose purposeful action. Second, conduct an energy audit. At the end of the day, reflect on where your mental and emotional energy went. How much of it was spent on productive action, and how much was leaked away in pointless arguments, worrying about opinions, or replaying conversations in your head. Be honest with yourself, and tomorrow, consciously decide to plug those leaks. When you find yourself drifting into justification mode, gently guide your focus back to what you can control, your next action. Third, define your own scoreboard. The world will try to hand you its scoreboard, one based on likes, on promotions, on external validation. Politely decline. Create your own. Is your scoreboard based on the effort you put in today, the new skill you learned, the integrity you showed in a difficult situation, the kindness you offered when no one was watching? When you play by your own scoreboard, the opinions of the spectators become irrelevant. You are the only judge that matters. And finally, let your work speak. Let your life speak. Pour yourself so completely into your craft, your purpose, your character, that it becomes an undeniable force. A great oak tree doesn't need to explain its strength. It just stands, deeply rooted, weathering every storm. Its existence is its statement. A river doesn't need to justify its path. It just flows relentlessly, carving its way through stone, finding its way to the sea. Its movement is its message. Be the oak tree, be the river. Stop explaining. People will either understand you or they won't. That is their business, not yours. Your business is your life. Your business is your work. Your business is the person you are becoming with every choice you make. The people who are meant to be in your life will see you. They will respect your actions, and they will not demand an explanation for your soul. The rest, they are just noise, and you have an empire to build within yourself. You have no time for noise. Your power does not lie in your ability to win an argument. It lies in your ability to make the argument unnecessary. Your truest, most powerful, most authentic expression is not found in your words, but in the way you live your life. So today, I challenge you. Put down the microphone. Stop pleading your case to a world that may or may not be listening. Turn your attention inward and upward. Focus on your actions. Master your mind. Build your character. Pour your soul into what you do, and do it with such integrity and excellence that it becomes a silent, powerful testament to who you are. Let your discipline be your declaration. Let your resilience be your response. Let the life you build be the only explanation you ever need to give. Go now and let your actions thunder.